welcome back to the channel. So today is the playoffs, game 2. It's semifinals. I'm going against RubenPace. He's done very well in the season. I've already lost to him, so generally just a really strong opponent. He has a very bulky draft. Here's the team I'll be bringing, but we'll go more into detail about what I'm bringing after I show you guys what Ruben has. Here is RubenPace's draft. It's the Barcelona Bulwarks, and he's got a pretty stacked team. Lots of OU or high-ranked Pokemon, multiple Ubers, just a very strong team. And it's a very bulky team, especially Alamamola, Glowking, very strong Regenerator Core. Will be able to heal up Zamazenta, Giratina, literally like everything. So, the first Pokemon that Ruben drafted was Giratina. Giratina is one of the most insanely bulky Pokemon. 150, 120, 120 bulk with the Alamamola healing it up with Wish. It's not going to be easy to break through. It has Defog, which is very valuable. Hazard Control is extremely nice. It's also a spin blocker with that ghost typing. It has just a lot of nice utility moves. It has Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, Roar. Yeah, just generally a very solid Pokemon. Not very offensive. It could be Calm Mind, but Yeah, Zamazenta Crown, though, much better at setting up. With Dauntless Shield to give it a defense buff, paired with its already phenomenal 140 base defense and stab body press, it's actually really powerful. It can use Iron Defense to make itself even stronger. It has Howl in case it needs to boost its attack, and it does have decent coverage like Crunch and Stone Edge, and its stats are just pretty decent, just in general. Of course, very fast. It's also extremely bulky, so gonna be really tough to take down, but I think I can deal with it. Next is Galarian Slowking. Galarian Slowking, definitely just a really defensive Pokemon. Regenerator with Chilly Reception to pivot. Of course, gonna mean it gets lots of healing. It's a grounded poison, which means it removes toxic spikes, and it can use things like Toxic Spikes, Thunder Wave. It has Chilly Reception to set snow. Not really any abusers of snow on Ruben's draft. I think he could have used something like a Slush Rush Pokemon, but I mean his draft is still clearly very powerful because he has done incredibly well in the season. But yeah, Slowking Galar, even without anything to benefit from Chilly Reception, it's still nice to beat other weather drafts. So Alamamola, the second part of the Generator Core with Glowking, and the first Terra Captain, Terra Water, Fairy, and Poison. So this is also a defensive Pokemon. Its offensive stats are terrible, to say the least. What it does is just switches in, Click Swish, Click Slip Turn, heals up any damage with Regenerator, and gets a really fat Wish onto anything, because it does have 165 HP, and fully invested, it's going to be like really, it's going to be just a lot of healing. Could go Assault Vest with Mirror Coat as well. Its insane HP is carrying a lot of its bulk, and with the Assault Vest, you can kind of boost it up a bit more. Terra, Fairy, and Poison, going to be nice for just resisting some things it didn't resist before, just changing up the typing and allowing it to wall a wider variety of Pokemon. Next is Hydreigon, Levitate, and the Dark typing granted 2 immunities, which is pretty good. 98 speed, so decently speedy. You can use a Choice Scarf to outrun most Pokemon. It's, of course, very strong. You can use Nasty Claw, could go Specs. Hydreigon is quad with the Fairy, but other than that, it's a pretty solid Pokemon. Next is Dugtrio. So this might seem like a bit of a weird pick, but in Uber's UU, trapping abilities like Arena Trap aren't banned, so it's actually quite a decent Pokemon. 120 speed and a decent attack stat that you can pair with Choice Band, and just like Earthquake is very nice. Just allows it to be a super powerful offensive Pokemon. You have stuff like Sucker Punch too, Stone Edge, I guess. Something that is a set is like you trap something that's locked into an electric type move, then you click Home Claws a bunch of times and sweep from there. It could be what Ruben is bringing, but honestly I'm just assuming a Focus Sash or Choice Band set. Next is Knacklestack. Knacklestack, not fully evolved, but still very good. With the Eviolite, it gets quite tanky, and with Terra Fairy and Water. And with Terra Fairy and Water, it can be good into more Pokemon. Hasn't really been using his Terra points on offensive Pokemon, more keeping them for the defensive Pokemon, which is interesting, but hey, it's worked out. Knacklestack, of course, has Salty Cure, which is very annoying. Recover to stay healthy, and you can use Cursing, you can use Iron Defense, it has Body Press too. Overall, just a solid Pokemon. Purifying Salt also grants it an extra resistance to Ghost. However, my Ghost type, necrozma-dawn-wings, does have Moongeist Beam, which ignores the abilities. Ogerpon Cornerstone, good speed, has Spikes, Uter knock off on Taunt. I drafted my own Ogerpon, it has the same move pool. This is just the same thing, but with rock typing and sturdy. So yeah, Ivy Cudgel is going to be a powerful stab move. It does get a 20% damage boost to all of its moves thanks to the Cornerstone Mask. Overall, just a nice utility Pokemon that can also be powerful offensively. Keldeo, just also another decently powerful Pokemon. Water fighting, decent stab combo, good speed. There's not much more to Keldeo. And lastly is Thwackey, the last Terra Captain, with the Terra types of Grass, Flying, and Fire. This set's grassy terrain, which is nice. Has a usable attack stat. You could run like Choice Band, Terra Grass, Wood Hammers. That's kind of strong. Yeah, not terrible, but I think it's mostly there for just grassy terrain recovery, and probably just because he didn't really have much else to spend his points on, so he just grabbed a Thwackey. That's kind of just how I see it, but he has used it pretty well. Actually, Thwackey's grassy terrain does mean that Ogerpon can use Grassy Glide with a boosted priority, and it also weakens the power of Earthquake for Zamazenta, King, Knuckle Stack, although you'd probably tear a Knuckle Stack. I guess somewhat of a threat, but that was what Ruben brought, so let's look at what I'm bringing to beat it. So, here is the team. So, first Pokemon you'll see is a Choice Specs necrozma-dawn-wings with Moongeist Beam, Dragon Pulse, Morning Sun, and Future Sight. It's got enough speed EVs to outspeed most Giratina sets as long as he's not investing in speed, and Moongeist Beam will do a lot. But you want to know something insane? This max special attack Specs Moongeist Beam, how much damage do you think it does to Giratina? If you said anything above 100%, you're wrong. It's actually 77 to 92, especially defensive Giratina. That's just... what? Like, this thing is stronger than stuff like Mewtwo, it's stronger than Kyogre, and it's using the super strong stab move with Specs. That's super effective. And Giratina takes 77 to 92. Like, that's kind of just insane to me. I just wanted to point that out. Like, if you need to know how bulky Giratina is, then just think of the fact that especially defensive Giratina, it doesn't even need Assault Vest. Like, literally just slap the EVs in special defense, and it takes it easy. Like, that's insane to me, honestly. Just, these are the leftover EVs that I just put in HP. Next is Choice Scarf Raging Bolt, so just a nice fast Pokemon. I think it's a good set. Max Speed Timid, because I need to outspeed Max Speed Zamazenta Crown. I don't think he'll bring it, but it's good just in case. I only miss out on a little bit of damage. Volt Switch to pivot, Dragon Pulse for a bit of stab, Thunderbolt, and Thunderclap just as other cool moves I can click. No Draco Meteor, but I just didn't really have the space to fit it on, and honestly, I'm not sure I'll need it. It would be nice to have, but I think it's fine. Next is Citrus Berry Pecharunt. So something... Right, so first off, no stab damage, and Citrus Berry. That's pretty interesting. Citrus Berry is because Swords Dance Ogerpon, Ivy Cudgel will 2-hit KO, but not if I have Citrus Berry. Leftovers Protect is also an option, I guess, but Foul Play. Foul Play is to damage the Ogerpon. If it sets up a Swords Dance, it'll actually do quite a lot of damage. Not a straight up 1-hit KO, of course it's still sturdy anyways, but it does do a crazy amount of damage. Nightshade, though, is for Zamazenta Crown, which is the other Pokemon that I really want Pecharunt to wall. Of course, it's immune to Body Press, and Behemoth Bash and Crunch won't really do that much because it's got the insane 160 defense and just a lot of EVs. This speed is for Giratina again. Parting Shot and Recover, just as nice moves to have. Next is Gastrodon, another part of the defensive core. Max HP, Max Def. This is kind of like my Hydreigon switch in. Should be able to take most things decently well. Earth Power, Ice Beam, Recover Spikes. Spikes for passage, just to get chip. Breaks Ogerpon's sturdy and potentially dig for your Focus Sash. Earth Power for stab. Ice Beam is just nice coverage. Ground Ice, good offensive combo. Ice Beam can also freeze. If that comes into play, I'll be very happy. and recover and leftovers just to stay healthy. Another thing is that Gastrodon has Storm Drain, which means that most Elemomola sets will want to run like Wish, Scald, Flicker, and Protect. That lets Elemomola pivot, set wishes, and heal itself up with Wish if it needs to. However, Storm Drain means that I'm completely immune to it. I can deny Flicker and pivoting. It could have Baton Pass. That is something it could have. Here is the Ogerpon. Heavy Duty Boots, just a nice item as it is going to be pivoting in and out a lot, I think. Knockoff and Taunt are just nice disruptive moves. Knockoff is also nice coverage into Giratina and Galarian Slowking. Ivy Cudgel is just nice stab damage. You turn to pivot, of course. Max speed, I do speed tie with the other Ogerpon, which is unfortunate. It does outspeed non-Scarf Keldeo, which is nice. But yeah, hopefully if there's any speed ties in the game, I win them. If I don't, I will be sad. Defiant actually is nice because if he uses Defog and I switch in Ogerpon, then it actually gives it a +2 boost. Nice, of course. Taunt also, I think, is going to be very, very nice, right? Giratina wants to click Will-O-Wisp, Sun Wave, Defog, all these moves. Elemomola wants to use Wish, Sunset wants to use Iron Defense, Slowking wants to use Chill Reception and Thunder Wave and Toxic, and all these moves like Taunt shuts down a lot of the things that I think Ruben will try to do, so it's just very nice. For the same reason, I also have Taunt on my Incineroar. Shred Shell just lets me switch out against Dugtrio. I don't want to get it trapped. But yeah, just a nice Intimidate Pokemon. Solid defensively. Knockoff Parting Shot, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt. Something that I had trouble with in testing was actually responding to Giratina. I didn't really have anything that was fine switching into like a Will-O-Wisp or Thunder Wave or Hex, and that could actually threaten it. Like, Dawn-Wings will take way too much damage from Hex for me to ever consider it. So I just slapped on Incineroar and I was like, okay, this hopefully is good enough. Knockoff, Parting Shot, Wisp are just nice moves. Will-O-Wisp is nice just to get chip damage, and it also burns Zamazenta. Parting Shot to pivot, and Knockoff to remove items, and stab damage, of course. Well, I forgot to talk about Dawn-Wings moves. Moongeist Beam is strong stab damage. It 1 or 2 hit KOs Ruben's entire team, aside from a bulky Hydreigon. If it has no bulk, then it gets 2 hit KO'd. Dragon Pulse hits the Hydreigon switch in, and we'll just nuke it. Once Hydreigon is taken out, I can easily click Moongeist Beam. And another thing is Future Sight. Future Sight is actually really nice because, like, if Hydreigon goes down, then I can get a lot of damage. Like, I can use Future Sight, then switch out to another Pokemon, and on the same turn I'll hit 2 moves. And it should hopefully also help with Dugtrio, because let's say I switch to Raging Bolt after clicking Future Sight, then even if I click an Electric move into Dugtrio, Dugtrio will take the Future Sight, and it has 35 base HP. Do you think it's taking it? So, yeah, it's pretty nice. Raging Bolt can get trapped by Dugtrio, so I'll mostly be clicking Dragon Pulse, I think. But aside from that, the only Pokemon that can get trapped are Raging Bolt, Gastrodon, and Ogerpon. Ogerpon, Grass type versus Ground type, not gonna end well for Dugtrio, and I also have U-Turn anyways. Gastrodon has Ice Beam and is just bulky. Yeah, if I get even on just like 1 spike, or I hit it with like an Earth Power before it switches in, I deal with it pretty easily. And Raging Bolt, Scarf Dragon Pulse, of course, going to kill it, even if it is a Sash set. So anyways, this is the team. Let's get into the game. Okay, we have the game. Giratina, Hydreigon, no Zamazenta Crowned is interesting. Choice Specs necrozma-dawn-wings should be able to do a lot of damage, of course. Raging Bolt outspeeds everything, except if it's Scarf Hydreigon, or I suppose Scarf Giratina or Dugtrio, but there's no way you bring those. So what's important and what's not as important? I definitely need Dawn-Wings and Raging Bolt, since it's my main way to get damage. Yeah, I think everything is quite important. What do I want to lead off with? What could you lead with? Hydreigon, Ogerpon, Glowking, or Elemomola, I feel like. I think Raging Bolt wouldn't be terrible. I could lead. Yeah, I think Incineroar is decent. Okay, I'll just go for Knockoff. Actually, there's no way I don't take this pretty well, right? I could just U-turn too. And I do want to see... Yeah, Dark Pulse does nothing, of course. Draco does less than 50. That's assuming it's just max special attack timid and not specs. I think knockoff is just a... Yeah, and it just clicks U-turn anyways. Okay, so I got the... Ooh, eject button. I think I'll go for parting shot. I could click taunt. It doesn't do much damage. I'll just click taunt. Actually, do I need to? Probably doesn't have anything. Right. And parting shot is good into baton pass anyways. I think I can just parting shot into Gastrodon. So I'll do that. Okay, clicks wish. I'll go for a spike. Ice beam. How much damage? Is that bandit or sash? Yeah, I should have clicked ice beam, honestly. Or earth. That was definitely a misplay, which is unfortunate. Either a max roll for choice band, or a max roll. Yeah, so that's actually a max roll. I'll just ice beam again. Yeah, I got high rolls, but I don't really think it matters. I end up low anyways. I'll switch to Petrarunt. Okay, so he goes for knockoff. Of course, I'll just go for foul play. I'm not in range of being killed by anything else. Actually, do I die to a +2 knockoff? No, I shouldn't die to anything. I'll just foul play. What could switch in? Well, Nightshade into foul play will kill, so I think I'll just use Nightshade first. Yeah. Yeah, you literally cannot be faster unless you are Scarf. I could try to chip heal up, but I'm not sure how well that would work out. Could I go Dawn-wings? No, you just go to Hydreigon, and that wouldn't be a good situation for me. I could go... Alright, your options are Psychic or just pivot out. Honestly, I think you just pivot out. I'll just go... Ogerpon. Oh, you go for Toxic. I'll taunt. Actually, no. How much is... Knockoff won't kill, but it'll do a lot. Sludge Bomb also does a lot, but not too much. Actually, I think this is kind of just a 50-50. If he uses Chill Reception, the knockoff is better. If he uses Sludge Bomb, then pivoting into, like, Dawn-wings is better. I think you'd pivot out. Like, you don't want to take... I'll just go for knockoff, I think. Oh, you just switch out? Yeah, I don't really want to take... Okay, and I can recover up here. Yep, nice. I don't think there's any world where you Power Whip. And even if you do, I think that Incineroar is still nice. Honestly, I think I can just Ice Beam. Oh, it's Encore. So you have Encore knockoff. This might not be Swords Dance. It is Swords Dance. I don't think I died anything though. Yeah, that knocks it down low. And with Dugtrio gone, I think I should be able to just Volt switch with Raging Bolt. I will reveal... I do reveal Scarf, but it's just safer. Alright, there's nothing... Yeah, I probably should check Terra before, but it's Terra Poison. And it's already used it. Volt switch kills, very nice. What do I want to go to? So, what am I fine with being in? I'm fine with, honestly, anything being in. He's lost a lot of his offense, which means that I really need to preserve my Gastrodon. And with that, I'll just be able to do tons and tons of damage to Hydreigon. Or not Hydreigon, so the rest of his team. So, honestly, I think Taunt with Ogerpon is a good play. Taunt or U-turn, depending on what he brings in. Hydreigon comes out. Yeah, I definitely want to preserve Taunt, so yeah, he goes for U-turn. How much does U-turn do? Oh wait, as he attacked? No, only U-turn. Yeah, U-turn doesn't really do that much. Of course, I don't want to get toxic. Use Sludge Bomb. However, this gives me a really good opportunity to just switch this in. Does it to... There's no Dragon Pulse to the KOs. The Slow King. Yeah, however, I will Dragon Pulse just because I don't think there's a world where... Ooh, you could be Cassib. I'll actually Moongeist. Yeah, so you stay in, so using Moongeist was definitely the right play. And now... Actually, there's no world where you Draco, so I think going Incineroar is actually better. I use Draco Meter, but it's fine. I'll go for knockoff. I believe I taunt the Alamomola. Okay, so I knocked off the Scarf. So it was Scarf. Can I tell if that's Timid or not? Probably not. Oh, it did 52. That means it's Modest, I believe. Yeah, that's actually a max roll on Modest, like literally the most damage it could have done, which is a bit unfortunate, I guess. Damage rolls are damage rolls. It's at -4. Does Raging Bolts take? Yeah, I think it'll have enough HP to take it. Actually, is it tanky enough? Do I want to sack Incineroar or just Parting Shot? I could Parting Shot. That would be a terrible play. I think I'll just switch in Raging Bolt so that I can click Dragon Pulse, I believe. Yeah, Dragon Pulse will easily kill. And so now my Raging Bolt outspeeds everything on Ruben's team, which is very nice. And Dragon Pulse will do a lot of damage to pretty much anything that wants to switch in. So Giratina, yeah. The fact that this isn't even a guarantee to a KO against physically defensive, actually, yeah, if this is specially defensive, Dragon Pulse actually doesn't to KO. How much will a Draco Meteor do? Draco Meteor will do a lot. I'll just click Volt Switch. Oh, nice. I can go for Taunt. Ooh, no, wait. What I'm gonna do instead is go to Necrozma such that I can click Moongeist Beam. Okay, that's fair. Scouting what I'm going for. Yeah, Moongeist Beam does 55. I'll switch this in, click. Honestly, Recover is a better play. Yeah, he's just going for flinches at this point. I think I have a really strong position. Yeah, Hydreigon goes down. Now he has very little to actually do anything. Oh, Calm Mind. Can I taunt? No, I can't. Yeah, I'm really slower than every set. Can I even break? Oh no. Please don't tell me I can't break this Calm Mind. If this has speed, then that could be really bad. I think I just have to go for Moongeist. Okay, if I had speed, then I should win, I think. If I don't outspeed, that could be bad. Okay, I got lots of damage. Okay, wait. No, this is actually really good. Okay, wait. You threw? Okay, yo, that when I saw Calm Mind, I got really stressed. It was keeping it in the back, so I was thinking that maybe it could be more offensive, but yeah, I've actually used Calm Mind Giratina in, like, not in draft, but on ladder. It's decent, but yeah. So that was not an easy game, but overall, I think I did pretty well. Let's kind of just look at the game and see what I could have done. So here, yeah, I think I'm fine with staying in. I could have taunted there, but whatever. Here, that should have been in Earth Power or an Ice Beam, but you know what, it's fine. I managed to heal up Gastrodon. If it had been banned, I would have lost it, though. Thankfully, I did have the specially defensive Incineroar that I could have used for the Hydreigon. Yeah, I played a little bit risky with my Ogerpon. but that's unfortunate. Yeah, so here I managed to heal it up. I was actually kind of fine with Encore, honestly. Yeah, Swords Dance, getting this foul play off, yeah. Yeah, having foul play was just so clutch. And Scarf Raging Bolt. Like, I brought Scarf Raging Bolt, I think twice in draft. I'm not completely sure. But Scarf Raging Bolt is just, I like it a lot, honestly. It's just such a nice Pokemon. It's really fast, really strong, and also has good bulk, and it's just a really nice pivot. Yeah, I really played a bit too risky with my Ogre Pond, but I didn't really need it as much. Moongeist Beam, definitely the right play. Yeah, so here... Yeah, if he'd gotten a bunch of flinches, it could have... If he'd gotten a bunch of flinches, then stayed in with the Giratina and lived the Dragon Pulse, then killed my Gastrodon with the +1 Shadow Ball, I could have lost that, but I do think that he needed luck with the Dark Pulse flinches, which he didn't get. I'm very thankful for. But yeah. Actually, I want to know how likely was that to kill. Oof. Okay, it had only about an 18.8% chance to kill if it wasn't offensive, which I honestly don't think it was. Since Moongeist Beam does 62, that means it has a good amount of special defense, I think. Yeah, you need a good amount of special defense investment to actually take 62 from that, since with just max HP and the +1, it does take 70 to 83. But yeah, if it had a bit more special attack investment, I'm not sure I would have won. So after it gets back up, I just want to check how much damage the Dragon Pulse had done. Yeah, what did 2 it KO'd? Let's say you had... I assume you'd be like Earth Power Dragon Pulse, right? I guess I could just ask him though. Okay, yeah, so he doesn't kill me anytime, then... Right, Wish Protect, there's no way it has any attacking move that hits Gastrodon, and with super effective Earth Powers, I can just kill it. So overall, yeah, I'm really glad I won. Last time I lost, this time I didn't make the same mistakes, and I brought a better team. Right, and I also had better Pokemon, too. Like, Petronch was just really nice in this matchup. If I'd been Draco Meteor, though, then I would have lost. Most likely. Thankfully, I was Dragon Pulse. I clicked Dragon Pulse. Yeah, so... Good game. I think I played pretty decently. There was, like, not a lot of luck involved. Like, there were, like, small chances for things to happen, of course, but... Nothing really too big. Anyways, so that was the game. Thank you very much for watching. GG, well played to Ruben. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.